The helicopter doesn't land for long. One moment its blades are roaring above you, blasting sand into the air like a desert storm. The next, it lifts away, shrinking into the white sky. Within seconds, the sound fades. Silence takes its place. And just like that, you are alone. The heat hits immediately. Not the kind of warmth you feel on a summer afternoon, but a crushing wave of dry fire. Beneath your boots stretches the endless expanse of the Dasht, a desert so extreme that satellites have recorded some of the highest surface temperatures ever measured on Earth. This is where the Saberin Brigade trains. Your throat already feels dry. The air itself seems to pull moisture from your lungs. Sand dunes roll toward the horizon like frozen waves, offering no shade, no shelter, no mercy. Just before the helicopter vanished, the instructor from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps shouted the final order over the rotor noise. 5 days. No resupply. Survive and return. The mission sounds simple, but in this desert, survival is never simple, and the first challenge will arrive sooner than anyone expects. By mid-morning, the desert changes. The sun climbs higher until the sky turns pale and empty, and the temperature surges past 50 degrees Celsius. Heat radiates from every direction, above, below, and all around. Your uniform, meant to protect you, now feels like an oven trapping the scorching air against your skin. Each step is work. Your boots sink into sand so hot it feels like walking across burning metal. The horizon shimmers with waves of rising heat, distorting distance and direction. Sweat forms instantly, then disappears just as fast, stolen by the dry air. And water is limited. The small ration on your belt must last days. Every sip becomes a calculation. Drink too fast, and you risk running dry before the mission ends. Drink too little, and your body begins to fail. But the training doesn't wait. Instructors from the Saberin Brigade push the drills immediately. Navigation across featureless dunes, camouflage in open sand, silent movement under the crushing sun of the Dasht. There is no shade, no relief. By the end of the first day, a harsh truth settles in. Before any enemy appears, the desert itself is the battlefield. And nightfall will reveal that the heat was only the beginning. When the sun finally sinks, the desert transforms. The burning air cools, and a cold wind slips across the dunes of the Dasht. For the first time all day, breathing feels easier. But the night does not bring rest. It brings work. You kneel in the sand, digging carefully with gloved hands. A shallow pit forms beneath the surface, lined with plastic and cloth. A simple condensation trap, one of the oldest survival tricks in desert warfare. If the conditions are right, it might gather a few drops of water by morning. Only a few drops. Wind-carved ridges. Small depressions between dunes where cooler air collects. Tiny patterns etched into the sand. Tracks. A narrow trail of prints leads toward a rock shadow. Somewhere nearby, a desert lizard or rodent is hiding, waiting for the night to pass. Food. Moisture. Energy. The soldiers of the Saberin Brigade learn quickly that survival here is not about comfort, it is about attention. By the second night, every movement becomes sharper. Every sign in the sand matters. Because soon, the desert will test something even harder than hunger or thirst. Endurance. By the third day, the desert stops being just hot, it becomes endless. The sun beats down with relentless intensity, and heat exhaustion gnaws at every joint. Your body protests with dull aches, dizziness, and a thirst that no ration can fully quench. But the true enemy is invisible, the mind. One moment a rock seems nearby, the next it vanishes into a shimmering haze. And then come the sounds. Soft at first, a whisper of wind, a scratch of sand, but gradually they take on form. Footsteps behind you, someone calling your name. You know it's your imagination. Or maybe you don't. Sleep deprived, dehydrated, the mind begins to betray you. The instructors of the Saberin Brigade watch silently. Today's drills are not about navigation, not about camouflage, they are about discipline, control, and willpower. Tomorrow, the desert will push that limit even further. The orders are clear. Move. No hesitation, no waiting. Your compass and memory of the terrain are all you have. The extraction point lies dozens of kilometers ahead, and every dune between you and it is a trial. Night becomes your ally. Under a canopy of stars, the air finally loses its weight, and the sand cools beneath your boots. You advance in careful silence, muscles tense, senses alert. During the day, you collapse into improvised shade, rock shadows, shallow pits, anything to escape the sun's relentless gaze. Sudden sandstorms rise like living walls, swallowing tracks, reshaping the landscape, and forcing your team to stop, huddle, and recalibrate. Yet there is no choice but to keep moving. Each step feels unreal, as if you are traversing another planet. Dunes stretching endlessly, wind howling across barren valleys, the sky a pale, oppressive dome. Your body aches, your water dwindles, but your determination hardens. Every night, the extraction point feels closer. Every step, a small victory against the furnace that is the Dasht. And somewhere ahead, the desert is preparing its next trial. The fifth day arrives like a hammer. Every movement feels heavier, lips are cracked, throats raw, muscles trembling under the relentless sun. Dehydration is no longer a warning, it is a constant, gnawing companion. Then the desert strikes back. A storm rises without warning, gusts of sand slicing through the air, blinding, choking, reshaping the dunes around you. Visibility drops to near zero. The world is reduced to an endless swirl of grit and heat, and instinct must take over. Training becomes your lifeline. One wrong turn could mean disorientation, collapse, or worse. You push forward, ignoring the screaming muscles and the burning lungs. And then, through the swirling haze, a small glimmer appears, a signal on the horizon. Extraction, safety, relief crashes through you like a wave. After 5 days of relentless sun, freezing nights, and the desert's cruel trials, survival is no longer abstract. It is concrete. Victory. The desert has tested you, and for now, you have endured. The rotor blades roar once more, lifting you above the furnace that has been both prison and teacher. Below, the endless dunes of the Dasht stretch like molten waves, shimmering under the afternoon sun. The desert that swallowed your energy, your sweat, and your doubts now looks almost serene from above, an unforgiving landscape that feels both alien and eternal. 5 days in its grip have revealed truths that no training manual could teach. Every blister, every trembling muscle, every drop of rationed water has proven why only a few can endure the Saberin Brigade's trials. Strength alone is not enough. Survival here demands instinct, discipline, and an unbreakable will. The desert has not just tested your limits, it has reshaped them. You feel a quiet respect, almost reverence, for this harsh, unyielding world. Its lessons are etched into your body, your mind, and your memory. And somewhere below, the sand waits. Patient, eternal, ready for the next soldiers to face its furnace, to learn what it means to endure and survive. The horizon blurs, the helicopter fades into the sky, but the desert's echo lingers long after you leave.